Oh yeah! If you guys have seen my last Rockwell video and heat treat video, then you know why I am rather excited here. So this is the 2025 Shed Knives Resilience at 58 Rockwell. And if you guys know my handwriting, that is not my handwriting, which means that, and by the way, this is not my tag either. None of this is mine except the knife, which means I had this tested and verified by a rather reputable heat treat, Rockwell, etc. company here in Delaware, and they have verified that this knife and my current heat treat process is 58 Rockwell. All right, and this was verified 4 times, by the way. So 58, 58, 58, 58. Spot on, my friends. So this knife has not gone into the stonewash yet. I did see this little discoloration here, and I asked them about that. I said, is this something I need to be concerned about? Did I do something wrong here? Let's talk about it. So they said, nope, has no problem with the knife. I have done a little bit of testing with this particular blank as well, and you can't even tell that I've done any testing on this. So, which I guess that's good. If the knife isn't showing wear and tear after trying to give it wear and tear, then I guess that's great. So anyways, my heat treat is now done in-house, and I wish I had it with me, but the knife that goes through the stonewash and has the finishing look and just looks fantastic, guys, it's amazing. And the knives are gonna have a little bit darker look to them. And like I said, this is literally just because different companies have different processes for heat treat. So I'm done doing the cryogenics. I found no need for it for my particular process. There's no cracks in the blade, no chips, no nothing except 100% top tier quality. And I'm gonna say it, I believe my process is better than the other companies that I've used in the past, and that's because there's no substitute to Shed Knives. Nobody can outwork Shed Knives. Nobody can present better quality for function. We're not talking about display knives here. We're talking about function. Sure, somebody may be able to make a knife that looks good, but can they make a knife that functions better than Shed Knives? And the answer is no. I'm waiting for somebody to say, yes, I found a knife that can outperform yours. Haven't seen it, probably never will. So with that said, I now am announcing the new heat treat for Shed Knives. Everything except laser engraving, which is funny because it's literally done by my friend. So it's essentially in-house. It's half in-house. We'll say that. It's in his house. But other than that, my friends, literally everything is here in the Shed Knives shop. I'm gonna unhook the camera here. You guys see that? Shed Knives. Hold on, let's go check this out. Shed Knives, American flag, and let me turn this around. Yours truly. It's all done here in-house. I'm done messing around. I told you guys this. I'm bringing stuff in-house. I'm done using other companies. I'm done sending stuff other places. I'm just freaking done with it because nobody can meet my standards. Nobody can perform to how I perform and how the Shed Knives enthusiasts perform. So with that said, if nobody can meet your standards, then you better start bringing stuff in-house to match and exceed your own standards. And I don't care what that is. And I'm talking to you guys at home, if you guys can do something better than somebody else, why are you relying on them to do it? Question of the day. If you can do something better, why are you relying on somebody else to do it worse? So anyways, that's where we are with Shed Knives. Everything. Let me show this stuff off. G10 scales, done in-house. I'm gonna take this one particularly, and by the way, this is sold. Arctic White sold. Where is this? Here's some scrap from my Arctic White. Let me pull up a big G10 sheet right here. This is my liner. You can see the size of this. Now that's not done in-house. I get my raw materials elsewhere, but I get big sheets, 2 feet by 4 feet. That one was cut down a little bit. So 2 feet by 4 feet, I get them all shipped in. Let's see, let's look at my steel. I cut these down in-house right here. Obviously, I don't make the steel. I get that shipped in from, where is it? New York. So get that from New York. My G10 comes from Ohio. Literally everything I'm buying direct from the manufacturer, okay? Even my clips, my Kydex clips, where are they? We need a restock of the clips. But I do all that stuff in-house, guys. This has been a very long process. I've been making knives since I was 13 years old. I started in my shed, hence the name Shed Knives. And I have moved onto my third shop, okay? I have a little joke with my friends you'll see right there. For any of my Russian speakers, that means Gulag 3. We all joke that Gulag, that's my shop. I work in a gulag, okay? I've moved from my shed into another shop, which was a former chicken house, okay? My knives are made out of a former chicken house. Now I'm in a place that's like 4 or 5 times as big as that one. So guys, I'm not saying any of this to boast, to brag, to show off. No, this is simply showing results, and it's showing action, okay? So many people, they sit at home and they type hate comments and oh, we don't like this, this could be done. Like, great, why don't you get up off of the couch and go touch some grass and go do something productive? Because while you guys, not everybody, but while the haters are hating, the Shed Knives enthusiasts, we're out here getting it done, making big things happen, and we're growing together as a community. And at the end of the day, in my eyes, that is what matters most. I care about positive improvement, growth, just doing better than the day before, and Shed Knives is a perfect representation of that. All right, let me mount this on a tripod, finish up here. So if you guys like knives like this 2025 Shed Knives Momentum, or like the Resilience I showed you, which is gonna have this darker finish to it, great. Go to shedknives.com, check it out. If you like knife videos, hit the subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. We can continue to grow together and do better as a team, which is amazing because very few, and I'm gonna say no other knife company has a community like we do. This is insane. And I must finish with this because I can see it now. I can see all the comments, all the crazies typing on the keyboard, okay? I have tested my stuff so specific, okay? I have gone through so much to test my knives and to verify they are the best going out into your hands that I'm done changing stuff. I'm done, like, I've changed so much to get to where I am that the only stuff I'm changing now is literally changing to be better from the skill side of things. I'm done changing my product. We're at a great product right now, okay? Now, hint, hint, I've got a lot of changes about to be made for 2026, but for 2025, we're rocking and a rolling, and at this point, it's literally just pushing through and drowning out the noise with our success. That's about it. And you know me, every year I come out with stuff bigger and better than the year before. I mean, that's just a given. I don't even think I need to say that at this point, but for anybody new to Shed Knives, that's what I do. So for anybody new, every year I come out with bigger and better stuff. So that is why we're continuing to grow, improve, get better. And that's what we have with this knife right here. And now, one thing to clarify, this little rainbow, I noticed when I throw this in the stonewash, after a few minutes, it's gone. So I don't even know what it is. If somebody wants to tell me down in the comments, great. If it's bad, don't really care because my knives, they function so well that I don't even see how it could be bad. So, and one thing to remind you all, this is not your average knife thickness. I could see, hold on, let me grab my zero tolerance. Okay, this is, I'm gonna clean my knives, guys. You can see the thickness here is very thin, which I get, it's meant to open boxes and stuff, but the thickness difference is insane. So anyways, guys, when you're rocking a thick 58 to 60 Rockwell, and for anybody who says, oh, it wasn't tested, cry harder, because maybe you can see it, there are 4 little dots right there. So guys, Just keep winning. Winning. What did Donald Trump say? You're gonna be tired of winning. Folks, we're just getting started. We are just getting started, and we're already winning this big. So very few people can do what we're doing. I'm not even 21 yet. So for the other companies out there, you're getting absolutely smoked by a guy who isn't even 21 yet. So yeah, take that to heart. But guys, we've done a great job so far. You guys, you've done a great job so far. Seriously, keep it up. I'm very thankful for where we are today. And like I said, we're just getting started. This is just the beginning. I've probably reached 1% of my capabilities. Not even 1%, like 0.09% of my capabilities. So I will end on this, okay? I will end on this. I was looking at Montana Knife Company yesterday, and fairly admirable company, knowing how they started. Josh Smith, Master Bladesmith, okay? They're a pretty reputable brand. They make some great knives, and I really started getting educated on how they run their business. And I must say, they are in their own complete compartment of the knife world. They're not even like in the knife world, I would say. You don't see them at Blade Show. You don't see them in big magazines. You don't see them doing interviews with knife people, okay? They're not really in the knife world like Shed Knives is, like Tops, like Essie, like Buck. You don't really see them in that spotlight. And I gotta say, I think that saved them a lot of criticism by not being in that particular spotlight. So I am seeking your advice, opinion, whatever you want to call it, on, do you guys think Shed Knives should take the heat and stay in the spotlight? Because the stuff I'm doing is not standard knife making procedures, we'll call it. Like, yes, I make knives. Yes, it's all in-house. Like, that part is very true. But the way I do things is not your standard handmade company, 4 knives a year. It's the 200-hour knife. Okay, got it. You burn time. So, nothing wrong with those guys. That's just not Shed Knives. So, I don't know if I need to pull a Montana Knife Company and go venture off into the abyss away from crazy knife freaks, but I don't know. I gotta say, I kind of like being in the spotlight, not for the fame or whatever, but simply to show other people what's possible, and that you don't have to follow the standards and the norm of whatever. It's just a matter of, does it work, does it not? I'm kind of at a fork in the road with, do I continue venturing into the spotlight, or do I just start venturing into my own path? And I don't know, guys. I really don't know. So you saw this massive intro of the video of, yeah, we're winning, we're killing it, to which way do we go now? So I gotta say, I think I'm just gonna follow the Shed Knives way, because the movement I'm building is bigger than I believe the knife world. So I don't know. Time will tell. Actions will tell even greater. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I love the knife community. I think it's great. There's just some crazies in it, and I don't want to be associated with that, and I don't want them to be associated with me, just because there's some freaks in there, and it's just doesn't give a positive representation of Shed Knives. I'll say that. Where there are plenty of other places that, hey, I can venture towards, but doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making knives. Don't worry, don't worry. More knives will be made than ever before. So guys, I'm gonna keep it at that so I don't keep rambling, all right? I'll say it again. If you guys like knives, like this 2025 Shed Knives Momentum, go ahead, go and view shedknives.com. I don't care if you can buy, can't buy, don't care. Go look at shedknives.com. There's a ton of resources, photos, just cool stuff to look at. So I encourage you guys to do that. And if you haven't hit the subscribe yet, what are you doing? If you're still watching at this point, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. hit the dislike button, don't care. Let me know your feedback on today's video. It's always greatly appreciated. I love how we can be just very straightforward with each other. If something went fantastic, we can talk about it. If something is in the works and is being improved, we can still talk about it. So this isn't a highlight reel. Woo, yeah, look at me, Instagram, hee hee hee, all this stuff. No, it's not that. It's, guys, this is a process, this is what I'm in, and I get to share that with you one-on-one. So isn't that amazing, my friends? All right, well, that brings me to the end of the video. If you like knives, hit the subscribe. My name is Jack. I make knives, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep on winning!